Hey y'all, meteorologist Sydney Goldberg here from the First Alert Desk, and it's Tuesday. We have some puffy clouds out in our Sky 9 camera overlooking downtown on this Tuesday. No rain yet, but we could see some storms this afternoon, very similar to what we experienced yesterday. It's warm, upper 80s, 89 degrees at the Baton Rouge Metro, and because of the humidity, it feels like the upper 90s already. We could certainly feel like triple digits through the afternoon today. So that's the case across the area here in South Louisiana, upper 80s, 87 Macomb, 88 in Hammond. We're also 88 down in Homa, 86 over in New Roads. We're dry here locally on the First Alert Radar Network, but we are starting to see some scattered showers just to our west, and then just a few showers and storms are starting to pop up down to the south. So New Iberia, Lafayette, and Morgan City, their showers starting to pop up. So we'll continue to see those build through the later part of the afternoon today, and very similar to what we saw yesterday. So it got us at 40% through the afternoon, but first it'll get hot, low 90s once again today, and then watch for those scattered showers and storms through the afternoon and early evening. Then the temperatures will slowly cool throughout the evening and overnight. So I'll show you the rain potential on our futurecast here. You can see the storms developing out west and also down towards the south. So once we get past lunchtime, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock is when we'll start to see those isolated scattered storms starting to pop up here locally. And then they'll continue to make their way northward following the flow pattern. You can see the wind coming from the south. So here's 4 o'clock. Very isolated scattered storms, and then they'll continue their movement up towards the north. We may see a few storms hanging on into the early evening hours, but then for the most part we're just trending drier as those storms move northward and dissipate through the later evening hours and overnight. So scattered storms today, but the change comes Wednesday into Thursday with 60 to 70% in terms of rain chances. That's all ahead of our next cold front, which is going to bring the nicer and drier conditions for the end of the work week and into the weekend. So we got to get through tomorrow first. So here's Wednesday morning early. We have a cold front up toward the north. Also, a line of the storms already starting to develop and enter the state of Louisiana by tomorrow morning. So we'll watch this closely. We could see a few showers starting to pop up in the morning hours as well. But the activity is really going to occur through the afternoon on Wednesday. Look at this. Widespread showers and storms starting to pop up. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday, so through the afternoon and evening Wednesday is really where we would have to watch for the storm activity. That continues right into 4 o'clock, starting to see a line kind of congealing a little bit more out towards the west. That'll continue to move southward. Here's 7 p.m. on Wednesday, still seeing those storms in place. Then the front will make its way through on Thursday, so storms once again popping up Thursday morning, and then they'll make their way down towards the south. Behind it, look, you can already start to see in the modeling here that they're picking up in the clearer conditions, the cloud cover making its way down towards the south, so much nicer conditions by Friday into Saturday. But some of the storms that we can see ahead of that cold front do have the potential to be strong to severe. So the Storm Prediction Center has placed us, majority of the state of Louisiana, underneath that 1 out of 5 marginal risk for severe weather. Again, that's mainly from Wednesday into Thursday morning as the storms and cold front make its way through. Now, the main concern with those stronger to severe storms is going to be damaging winds, but we also could see locally heavy rain produced as well as lightning through the day on Wednesday and through half of the day on Thursday. Here's a look at the rain potential from that same model that I showed you. Now, on average, a ½ inch to 1.5 inches, but you'll see that there's a lot of these green areas. That's the model hinting at 2+ inches. Look at down here, down towards the southwest near Lafayette. So take the placement with a grain of salt, but essentially what this is hinting at is that some of those storms could produce heavy rainfall through the afternoon on Wednesday and on Thursday. Now, cold front, you think cold temperatures fall. Well, yesterday was the start of fall. Unfortunately, low 90s today, tomorrow. Once that cold front passes through by Thursday, temperatures do fall, but into the mid 80s. So that is slightly below normal for this time of year. We'll take it, right? It's not low 90s. And we'll stay into the upper 80s by Saturday, but we will gradually warm back into those low 90s by the end of the weekend and into early next week. But it makes for some really nice weather for the weekend, especially Saturday. If you are headed to cheer on the Jags football on the Bluff, that's kicking off at 6 p.m. in the evening. It'll feel really nice. Still warm though in the low 80s to start, but it'll cool really nicely. Comfortable low 70s. Honestly, to me, I'll need a jacket in the low 70s. So it will feel really nice if you are headed out to cheer on the Jags. LSU Tigers, though, are on the road, and it'll be even nicer up in Mississippi for Ole Miss. That's set to kick off at 2:30, so it will gradually warm by halftime into the low 80s as we start off in the low 80s. So yeah, a degree or two warmer by halftime, and then as the sun starts to set, it will start to cool into the upper 70s by the end of the game, but mostly sunny, nice conditions up in Mississippi as well. All right, let's talk about the tropics. We're still keeping an eye on Hurricane Gabrielle. That is a major hurricane, Category 4, as of 10 a.m. this morning, sustained winds at 140 miles an hour. Good news is, though, it's still taking that turn east of Bermuda that it was anticipated to take, and as it crosses back over the Atlantic, it will continue to weaken, Category 3, Category 2, Category 1, and it looks like it's going to continue its trek over to Europe, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Besides Gabrielle, there's 2 other areas that we're watching for potential tropical development. We have one for a medium chance of development that's right on top of the Leeward Islands, so it has a 60% chance through the next 7 days. The one right next to it, the red blob, that has a high chance of developing through the next 7 days and medium chance through the next 2 days. So this will likely become our next depression. But this one here that's closer to the Leeward Islands, this is one we'll have to watch as it takes its turn. It's of course going to be wider than the one right behind it. Now, no threats expected for the Gulf Coast, but we'll have to watch this to see how wide of a turn that takes and see if it brings any impacts to the East Coast. So we'll likely see our next depression by the end of the work week, and if we see tropical storm status, it'll get the next name on the list. That is the H name Umberto, followed right behind the I name Imelda. So we'll continue to monitor that throughout the week. Meanwhile, get ready for the storms not only this afternoon, but a really stormy couple of days coming up Wednesday and Thursday. And along with that cold front, the good news is once we get through the stormy pattern Wednesday and Thursday, again, watch for a couple of strong to severe storms developing. Really nice, pleasant weather to end out the work week on Friday. Dry, nice, sunny conditions for the weekend if you have any plans. And of course, are cheering on the Jags. Jeff Morrow will have more details on the rest of today and the timing of those storms, as well as a closer look at the storms on Wednesday and Thursday, and of course your weekend forecast for you over on 9 News at Noon.